What's up everybody, welcome to another video. Today's video title is going to be Auto Play Strategies and the Art of Auto Farming. Lineage 2 Revolution is a full MMO RPG on mobile device. It's available right now for download on Android and iOS devices. The developer is Netmarble Neo and it uses the Unreal 4 engine, so the game looks and plays amazing. Auto farming is setting up your character in an area to fight for a long period of time for maximum loot resources. I usually leave my character farming all night long in order to get gear, and I usually sell that for extra Adina. So I can upgrade my gear and I can upgrade some of my other things like runes that has an Adina cost. Before you start doing a lot of auto farming, I think it's very important that you know in the battle settings you can choose when to drink your healing potion. So I have it set at around 46%. I also have it set 50% for my healing spells. This way you make sure that your character doesn't die when you're doing the auto farming. Setting your auto battle radius to melee range, you can farm rare monsters that have a spawn timer, and you can have your character stand in one spot and wait for him. You could also set it to close so that you stay more or less in the same area. Setting it to no limit might make your character run off too far away from perhaps something that you're farming, like monster cores. Another really cool thing that you could do to prepare for auto farming is to get HP drain on your gear. Now the items of gear that you can put HP drain on are the weapon, the helm, the neck, the earrings, and the ring. In order to get the HP drain, you need to change the substats on these pieces of gear. Now in order to do that, you're going to go to your inventory, click on the item, click on forge, and then click on the change substats. It costs 100 red gems. It'll randomize the substats that you have. Try to get the HP drain. That way when you hit a monster, you get healing back. You don't have to use as many healing potions, so you'll save a lot of Adina there. If you have enough HP drain, it'll make sure that your character doesn't die. Now, the lower the CP you have, I think the more HP drain you need. My character, I only have HP drain on 2 pieces, but since I do a lot of damage, I get a lot of healing back from it. So there's a balance there. You just have to find out how much HP drain you need on your character. One of the really cool things that I like about Lineage 2 Revolution is the auto farming feature. You can pretty much auto farm anything in the game, including the story missions, the weekly quests, the quest scrolls, the dungeons, and you can do this all while multitasking. For example, like I could be at the gym and I can set my character on an auto quest while between workouts, or I could be watching TV and I could just put my character on a quest and put my phone down and it'll auto quest it all by itself. You can also upgrade your gear and do all sorts of things in the game while your character is auto questing. So that's really cool. Now, even though autoplay is a really great feature, the goal of Lineage 2 Revolution is to get the best gear and stats, and it requires much more than simply just autoplaying. I'm going to show you a couple instances where autoplaying shouldn't be used and you should put it on manual mode. If you have autoplay on in an area that's too high level, then chances are your character is going to die. When you come back and see your phone, the character's dead. Autoplay in the Adina Vault is not a good idea because there's a lot of extra chests that you can get extra Adina from, and if you just put it on autoplay, he's just going to attack the dragon and you have to manually run around and click on all these chests. Autoplaying in equipment dungeons is not a good idea either because a lot of times you have to protect the middle crystal. And if your character runs off and starts chasing mobs all over the map, you're not going to be in the right position to be able to take down all the bosses before they destroy the crystal in the middle. And if you're doing this, you'll probably get a grade lower. You'll get 2 S's instead of 3 S's, and that's not going to be good. So you want to make sure it's on manual mode for the equipment dungeon. Auto farming in arenas is not the best way to climb the ranks because you can't dodge the attacks, you can't dodge the missile bolts. A great way to do well in arenas is actually to kite around the other player and while they throw all their spells at you, and then go in and fight them. Autoplay in open siege is not ideal. I turn it on and off sometimes. It's great for 1v1s, but it's very bad sometimes in situations where you might just chase off after someone and run straight into a tower. You might put yourself in a really bad position or chase one of the enemies straight into the entire enemy team, and then you'll just get taken out. You can't use autoplay to collect herbs. You have to do that manually, and that's in the extraction dungeon. And it's also advised to not use the autoplay feature when fighting against bosses like field bosses, clan dungeon bosses, daily dungeon bosses, etc. because since a lot of these monsters do big AoE spells, they could be easily dodged, and you can dodge them if you have it on manual mode. Alright, next I'm going to show you how to farm in the elite dungeons. One of the best ways to level up and actually get some good gear is farming elite dungeons during hot time. What you're going to do is you're going to go into the dungeon tab and go into elite dungeons, and then you're going to go into one of the dungeons that are more or less around your level. You're going to find the farming groups. Usually there's lots of people in there, and you could just put in auto farm like with that group, and you will, especially during hot time, you will get a lot of gear and you'll get a lot of experience. You can also extend the hot time duration with red gems, and I actually did this quite a bit when I was leveling up. Here's some of the pros and cons of farming inside the elite dungeons. Joining large auto farm mobs will give you more monster cores and loot, but less XP. Fighting in a small party or solo will give you more XP, but less cores and loot. Some of the auto farm mobs that you're going to be going for are the ones that are in your monster core manual. Those are the ones that I like doing and completing. I'm going to give you an example. I was doing Kruma Tower floor number 3. There's 3 monsters that I farm monster cores while doing auto farming. I would say it took me about a week of farming 8 hours a day to complete these 3 monster cores to complete the monster codec. Now, when the hot time is finished, the best benefits of auto farming in elite dungeons is acquiring the C through B gear that can be used to level up your equipment. I did this to level up all my equipment to SR. And this is probably the best thing to do overnight. Like, say you're gonna just AFK for the night, you leave your character auto farming in these dungeons, and when you wake up in the morning, you have a full inventory of C and B grade gear. The first thing you do the next day is upgrade all your gear. Now make sure you're connected to a Wi-Fi service so it doesn't use up your cell phone data when you're trying to AFK farm overnight. Next, how to auto farm in open field. Open field typically provides monster cores and XP, but not very much loot. Recommended equipment enhance that's blessing while in the field for extra XP. The blessing doesn't work in dungeons, but it works in the field. Since you can only get specific monster cores in elite dungeons, open field auto farming is the most effective to acquire different types of monster cores not found in elite dungeons. It's also a good way to get C and B grade quest scrolls, which can be crafted into A scrolls. The danger with open field auto farming is that players can PK you while you're AFK, so be careful. Be sure to enable the setting that causes your character to attack someone if they attack you first. Set the PK setting, retaliate against the player who attacks you first. One of the things that I'm trying to do right now is complete the monster codec, and now I'm working on all the dungeons. I completed the Kruma Tower floor 3, and now I'm working on Kruma Tower floor 2. So if I click on the monster codex, I go to the monster that I want to track, and I click on his location. I'll teleport to him and I'll try to get monster cores from him. Also, the monsters in the nearby area also drop that monster core, so it's a good idea to farm that. This is where I do my AFK farming overnight to complete the monster cores. Lineage 2 Revolution is available right now for download. Link is in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed the video of autoplay strategies and the art of auto farming. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.